Good evening. I'm Olivier Bovyn, President of the International Formula 18 Class Association, and it's my great pleasure to be here in Chicxulub for the 2015 Formula 18 Worlds, who are actually breaking records in terms of participation. It's my great pleasure to have with me Helge, an old friend. We know each other for many, many years from the Tornado times. I know he's one of our former world champions and still active champion at the moment. Maybe just a few comments on the very first race today, Helge. How do you feel after this first race?
Yeah, today was the first day, and we should sail 3 races, but because of a little bit lack of wind, we had a very light wind. The sea breeze was coming in, like Mino Schrader promised, and so we could at least sail 1 race, and that was in light wind, but still the best sailors were in front.
Okay, and maybe to explain you, the first part of the championship, we name it qualification. So we will have at least 6 races in order to make a provisional ranking and then to split competitors between gold fleet and silver fleet. And everyone is attempting to reach the gold one because it's the one where to be. Helge, I do know that you are more than happy for us ici, and thanks for all the Kieler Woche and Kieler Yacht Club members. We have 2 course areas, and this is providing, I would say, a pretty fair racing quality.
Yeah, as usual here in Kiel, they do a really professional job, and I hope for that because we are 200 Formula 18 from all over the world, from 24 nations, and that is a real big fleet. It's a record, a new record set. And to make fair racing, Kiel organization decided to have 2 race courses where we gonna race with all each 100 boats on the course, and that will be much more fair racing and less dangerous for all the sailors.
Okay, so as far as I know, it was not a bad day for you today. Maybe you would have expected to be more successful, but I guess the most important is to be in the front.
Yeah, that's really important. We finished second in our fleet, so we are 3 overall. That is really important, not in the light wind, not to have a discard already in the first race. But on the other hand, we are light wind sailors. We are quite light, my brother and me. So we are a little bit faster in light breeze than in strong breeze, and it will come strong breeze in Kiel like usual the next day. So we really have to fight to stay in front.
And between the names, because and not surprising, for example, Simon Northrop and John O'Brien, they are just winning the Open Texel Dutch race a few weeks ago. So I would say they are serious clients claiming for the world title. So who would you be most afraid of?
Yeah, these guys are really fast and sailing good. But there are some, these are some of the young guys, and we have some really experienced sailors like Glenn Ashby and Brad Goodall from Australia. Glenn Ashby is an America's Cup sailor, and he was doing the last America's Cup as a main sheet trimmer, and he was 2 times world champion in another catamaran. So they are quite good. Then the champions of last year, Gunnar Larsen and from Holland, and they are really good. So Mitch Booth, a lot of former world champions and Olympic medalists are competing here in the F18 World Championship. So there's a lot of good sailors here, and to be in the top 10 is already really good.
Yes, and to inform auditors and viewers, as Helge mentioned, that if we could weight middles from all the participants, it could be very heavy because gold, bronze, former medalists, so very, very big names are there. And you mentioned Glen Ashby, and the class have been lucky enough to welcome in 2010 in my own club in Helge. And Glen Ashby was sailing with James Spittle, who is currently the last winner of the America's Cup. And he told us, I'm certain that the future of America's Cup is multi-hull sailing, so I come to Formula 18 to learn. And he learned pretty good.
Yeah, I met James Spittle when he was the first time on a catamaran, coming from the big boat, from the Kiel boat. He was competing in Texel, and he was sailing with Glen Ashby. He was the crewing for him, and he was towed through the water. It was completely new for him, but he learned fast. He's a really good sailor. And then we have some other German sailors, Olympic bronze medalists from Sydney 2000, René Schwall. He's from the organizing Kiel Yacht Club, and so the fleet is full of former world champions and medal winners.
Yes, and I can read that Justus Wolf, who was a former Tornado chair in Germany, he's got a pretty good seventh place today, so pretty. We have to be to have a look on the old foxes.
Yeah, and also on the young guys, getting better and better, train maybe a little bit more in this class. Like me, I'm sailing other catamarans, bigger catamarans now, and just come for some big events like the Kiel Week, like the World Championship and German Nationals, jumping on the F-18, but usually already sailing other catamarans, bigger catamarans, and foiling catamarans.
Yes, and this is one of specific to the Formula 18 class, because for example, I can see at place 9, Taylor Race and Matthew Whitehead, that is the current youth world champions, and they're doing pretty well, and just behind them Antoine Ferrec and Foucault de la Place from France, and all these rookies are pushing hard to be just in front of the former champions. Maybe can we make a little break and to give you the opportunity to have some shots and pictures from the racing today? Is it okay with the technical guys? Yes, we go.
Some comments?
Okay. Okay. So once more, Formula 18 is based, I would say, similar to motor racing, with different brands, and we just fix the performance parameters. So at the moment, we have more than 10 builders all over the world, some being more popular. Here we are on the start. Please comment.
Helge? One that was the start, the pin end. We call it the pin end, where you see the orange flag. That's the left side of the starting line. It was laid out by the race committee that this side was a little bit better, so you could see a lot of boats trying to start there. They had a general recall before, and now the start was okay with the black flag. So if somebody is over the line before the start, he cannot get back. He is disqualified.
And the police was on the water.
And the international jury is watching that everything is going right. So no right-of-way rules infringement.
So you may see it was very light conditions today, with what we call a little bit choppy waters, and the point was just to keep the speed, because there is very low pressure on the sails, and wind is the essence to get speed. And you may see some boats are pitching, and this one is going pretty well. It's one of the most popular on the fleet at the moment. It's an Accra. It was formerly an American company, and now Accra is held in Netherlands, and this company is producing the Accra 17, who has been selected for the next Olympic sailing in Rio.
Yeah, and here you can see the fleet is coming to the first mark. Some were going to the left side, closer to the beach, and some were going a little bit to the right, where the open open bay is, and you could see it pays out to go a little bit more to the beach, closer to the beach in the first.
USA, yes, I guess it's Michael Easton from USA who won the blue fleet.
Yeah, and this was the leading boat, putting up the Jennaker for when the wind comes more from the back. So that was quite, and here's a German boat pulling up the Jennaker after rounding the first mark.
And not revealing your secrets, but what was your choice today? Left or the left side of the race? Or
yeah, we went through the middle. We were on the other course, and we went through the middle, because we had a really good start. And after that, we were fighting to stay close to the fleet, not taking a risk and keep in front. But still, at the first mark, the Australian were in front of us. But we were still with the fleet and in front of 98 other boats.
And you may see that it's rather crowded, and the boats are very close one from each other. So one single mistake, you can lose 1, 2, 3 places.
10 boats. You can in one bad Jennaker set, and you lose 10 boats easily. And sometimes then you have to go to the other side of the course, and that there you can even lose more boats because there's less wind.
We can see here some more Nacres. This one is a Cyrus from France. It's a pretty well designed boat, rather successful, and this one is 901 is a French Manu Boulogne, who is the designer of the boat.
Yeah, you can see different hull shape of the boat, so that is causing, because the length, the width of the boat, the mast length, the sail area, the weight has to be the same, but the shape of the hulls can be different. So you have some more fashion hulls and going faster you can design, but still the other things have to be in the rules.
Yes, and I would say if I dare to compare with motor racing, we fix all the boats have to comply with a minimum weight, and the surface, the sail area are exactly the same, which is the power. And then afterwards, similar to Formula One racing, I would say that aerodynamic or hydrodynamic makes the difference, and the talent of the skipper.
But you can see it's also that mostly is the technical and the tactician, to assemble the boat, to adjust the sails is more important than the design of the boat. And you can see here a lot of different boats are in front, so from different factories.
And probably it was very tense on board, because rounding the mark at the leeward end, and then keeping speed to go back towards the windward mark, not losing any meter. It was probably not as if, because you can see the two first boats, they are pitching a little bit, they are very low pressure, and you have to be very concentrated to keep speed.
Yes, to keep the speed, not to get into the other boats, into the bad air they are coming down with the Jennaker still, and the ones that are going up against the wind again have to keep.
I know it was
in
just
clear air, and then they have also to find the wind gusts and the right wind shifts. So that
this is the Falcon from USA, and Mike Easton was doing pretty well today, and we can see they've got fresh air, so it was the best thing they can have, and they took the lead and never lost it. The small boy with the yellow flag, you may see, it's what we call the offset mark.
Yeah, this is because boats are still coming up to the first mark, the orange one, And that's the reason why the boats which have passed already the first mark going to the offset mark and then hoisting the gennaker, so that makes dangerous crashes impossible.
Yes, and safety is the core issue. We had a serious injury the year you were world champion, and your Gagosha crew got seriously injured.
Yeah, these catamarans are really fast. They are going in the maximum speed 25 knots, and if two boats coming closer, then each boat is 50 kilometers per hour fast, so then you have to be really aware that you don't hit each other, and that's the reason why we have that offset mark, and we have some other security things like no sharp ends on the spinnaker pole to avoid injuries like in the World Championship 2006.
So we have to apologize to the auditors and viewers. So okay, it's not that spectacular today, but we can promise you that in the days coming we should have stronger wind and probably more attractive and spectacular images.
Yeah, for the spectators, but for the sailors this can be really it can be really cost your nerves to keep quiet, to sit on the boat, to see the wind, to watch the other sailors to be in good air and not coming in bad air.
Yes, and I would say to pretend to be world champion, you have to have a large and a wide scale of skills, and you have to be good in light hair, strong hair, and the more versatile you are, the best success you can have. So we are back on the screen, so I do hope you enjoy the images. So as we just mentioned, we do hope for the image being more spectacular in the coming days, but the weather forecast is promising you stronger winds.
Yeah, that's true. Mino Schrader from Weather World, he promised us good wind tomorrow, and we hope and we are happy to sail in a strong breeze, and we can sail 4 races tomorrow from 11 o'clock, and we will see what's going on.
Okay, so I don't know if we have to conclude now, or we still have a... what would you like to stress after this first day racing, and or maybe to comment on the preparation, measurement, as a German sailor and somewhere we as a guest of the German Formulating Association? Are you happy, satisfied with the way the event has been prepared?
Yeah, maybe we should start this now doing the other way, and I should ask you some questions if you are satisfied with the way the organizers did it. But I have competed in a lot of world championships, and it was a very nice and lovely organized in Ireland. But here you can see with 200 boats, this is really relaxed on the beach with all the space you have, the wide slipping area, and we had 2 measurement tents where they scaled the boats and looked for the weight, and this was running really smooth. And the most important thing is the organizing the races on the water, and I think there's already a big step done to have 2 courses, to have fair racing. And I think this is a professional club and a professional organizing committee, and at the end we will have a really nice World Championship in Formula 18.
Yes, certainly. I must admit, I've been traveling all around the world, and these facilities are quite impressive. And we have to remind anyone that this was a spot for the 1972 Olympic Games. And I would say what is good for Olympic sailors should be good for formulating sailors. But I'm really impressed to see the size of the facilities, and we welcome 200 boats with no rush, no pressure. There is sufficient room for anyone to be relaxed, to have the car parked not that far, same for the trailer. And as you mentioned, everything runs smooth, and I would like, as a president of the formulating class, to sincerely thank all the Killer Yacht Club volunteers. We did a perfect job, as well the partners of Point of Sailing. We have been working for more than 1 year to prepare this the pinnacle event of the formulating season.
We can see 200 entries that should be talking between the sailors, that this could be a good World Championship, and we hope we will have it. And but already the entries showed us that we are on the right spot this year.
So, okay, we will finish on this today. We expect for you to come back to see us tomorrow, and we on the same stage, same hour, I guess. And we promise to show you more picture, and we will invite more sailors, more experts, and to have various points of view commenting on the races. We expect to have 4 races today, because normally it's three races per day, but as we miss 2 of them today, it's possible for the race officer to try to recover and to have 1 more race.
So I'm happy I have not to be here tomorrow, because after 4 races I will be tired. So you need some of the young guys still having some power to answer your questions. Thank you, Olivier.
Helge, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much for giving your time. I know all your friends are under the shower, preparing, relaxing, but it's important to have you here. And please be there tomorrow with us, and we will do our best to provide you with as many possible information, and once more, maybe more spectacular picture. Thank you very much for looking at the show, and hope to meet you tomorrow, more numerous if possible. Thank you.
Thank you. Nice evening.